Hey you. Yeah, I'm talking about you. You a owner.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Another excuse. Okay, I heard you. It's time to take responsibility, take accountability, and take ownership of your life. Listen to this podcast with me, Rey Grandoit, and learn how to be resilient. What do I know about being resilient, huh? Well, 26 years living with a disability, and I'm still owning it.
What's up, owners? This is Rey Grandoit. Let's get straight to it. At the end of the day, everybody wants success, but everybody's not willing to go through the pain of what success brings. I said it once, I said it twice, I said it 3 times. Continue saying the same things, just differently. I am the message that I bring. What does that mean? When I speak something, you feel the authority, you feel the passion, you feel it. Why? Because I live what I speak. A lot of these days, we have a generation that believes that they can read a book and go out and do something that they read in a book. But in reality, life is real. Sometimes you need to experience certain things to apply them. And without that exposure, at the end of the day, it's a whole bunch of you know what BS. Because even though living with a disability can be very challenging, and sometimes I feel that I want to give up. However, on the back end of it, I consider it a blessing, because that blessing produces character, produces perseverance, and a lot of things you can't buy that at a grocery store. You can't get that from your mommy. She just can't breastfeed you that at the end of the day, because we are living with, I feel, in my personal opinion, it's a weak generation where you can't speak, you can't say something to them and say, well, I think that sucks, it's horrible, you need to do better. You say that to a teenager or a child, you get in trouble. Back in my time when I was growing up, they instilled certain things called discipline, and discipline is an ugly word these days, because this generation is more disciplined on more being on electronic and an iPhone or iPad or computer. Don't get me wrong, I'm guilty of those things. However, at the end of the day, I have a goal in mind, because where I'm at with my disability, with my setbacks, with all the pain, suffering, and all that, I'm not supposed to be where I'm at. I'm not supposed to do what I'm supposed to do. It's just not. It's not possible. And basically, it's mission impossible. Mission crash dummy, ready to go for a crash. It's that simple, if you really believe it. So think about it. And so all these things that I'm saying to you could be pertinent, because discipline comes with a cost, and most people are not willing to pay that cost. What is that cost? Blood, sweat, tears, hard work. It's all intangibles. It's not money. You got to look at laziness. It's got to be thrown out the door. I got a million excuses. Medically, the doctor said, yo, you just lay in bed, bro. 20 minutes a day. Because if you don't, you'll end up having more pressure sores, and pressure sores lead to infections. Infections lead to eventually death. Because the margin of health with someone with disability is far much shorter for someone who doesn't have a disability. I knew this internally, but actually it's a fact, and the evidence prove it. But what do I know? For society, I'm a cripple. For society, I'm the second class citizen. For society, my voice does not matter, because my income doesn't match up to what is portrayed to be success. So what is success? Only you can answer that question. Only you have that authority to speak success, or whatever it is to your life. But at the end of the day, when I wake up, I'm happy with myself. When I go to sleep, I'm happy with myself. And when I walk into a room, I'm content with myself. You know why? because I didn't cheat the process. Most people cheat the process. And if you're willing to look in the mirror and be okay with that, so be it. But me, I can't. I gotta stand for what I believe, good, bad, and indifferent. Because even if I'm wrong, I can say I'm wrong and learn from my lesson and move forward. However, when I know I'm right, I still can say I'm wrong, because that's the part of the process. Sometimes it's okay to be right and let people think you wrong. Sort of like this, a fool, you gotta fool the fool by being a fool. And a lot of times I think where we're at in this generation, in this time, it, it's 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 sad where most men are not able to be men, and we're in a position of vulnerability to an extent, and compromised of who God designed us to be. However, I am the message that I bring. And what is that message? It's to take ownership, take accountability of your life, take accountability of what you said you was going to do. Take responsibility for your actions and your decisions, good, bad, and indifferent. Because guess what? You're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna make bad decisions, but at the end of the day, you get back up and you move forward and you continue to do what you're supposed to do. Because weakness are for those who believe in mediocrity. Strength are for those who says, bring on the pain. Because that's the price, is the pain, the suffering. There's not a room I don't walk in, I light it up. There's not a room I don't walk in, I change the atmosphere. There's not a room that I walk in, things are different. Everything I touch is blessed. Everything I put my eyes on changes. Why? Because I live what I speak. I fell in the dirt and I wiped the dirt off my face and I got up. Most people get in the dirt and they look for their cell phone to call someone, whether they mama, whether they're whoever. But instead, I advise and I encourage people to look down deep inside, because there's something inside of every single being that God put on this earth that wants to help you get up. But the fact of the matter is, it's scary. It's painful. And most people run for cover. They can't stand the heat. They'll cry. It's okay to cry. But why are you crying? Are you crying to muster up more strength? Or are you crying to be a victim? Because a victim mentality will leave you with your hand out. A victim mentality will leave you with your hand up. Whether to ask a question, whether to stand up, whether to stand for something, whether to speak up, but the victim is always pointing the blame. He did it, she did it, his fault, her fault. Can't take responsibility for the actions. I am the message that I bring. Are you willing to pay the price of discipline? Because when you do pay the price of discipline, you get what you want, because you paid for it. But when you don't pay the price of discipline, guess what? You get what's left on the table, the scraps. If you're thinking someone's going to save you, guess again. What do I know? Well, 2 decades plus 6 years paralyzed, still here. Should have been dead by now. And still looking adversity in the face and say, is that all you got? It's a marathon. I love to sprint. I love to get things done fast. I'm learning just like everybody else. However, I'm willing to fail. I'm willing to look stupid. I'm willing to be wrong. I'm willing to go the length, the distance, the miles. Oh, factually speaking, cycling. 98 miles logged in already. I am the message that I bring. Weigh about 100 pounds soaking wet. I bench 150. I am the message that I bring. I talk that talk because I can. Some people will call it arrogance. Some people will call it confidence. Most people that can't stand it are insecure, probably overweight, probably insecure, probably not doing what they want to do, so they criticize the people are doing what they want to do because they didn't pay the price. Discipline. Are you willing to pay the price? Because it's going to cost you. My bank account is filled with deposits. So when I walk in a room and they say you're an inspiration, I already told myself 1,000 times I'm an inspiration, so I'm not surprised. When they say, oh, you handsome, I'm not surprised. Oh, when they say, oh, you have a strong mind, I'm not surprised. Why would I freaking care about your applause and what you think about me? Because if I care about what you think about me, that means you're my bank, you're my fuel, you energize me. And so when you stop, that means I stop. I can't do that. I cannot wait for your applause. Because your applause will not feed me, your applause will not drive me, your applause will not get me to where I need to go. So why should in the world you care about what people think? They're going to criticize you anyway. They're going to talk about you anyway. Good, bad, and indifferent. That's what people have done. History has proven that. So what is success to you? Do you still think success are those friends? Do you still think success is the house and the money? Do you really think success is that? I think success is discipline. I think success is the pain and going through the process. That's success to me. And the benefits of success are the tangible things. Getting to go where you want to go, being able to do what you want to do. But I think it's a 10, 20, 30-year plan. I think everybody doesn't make it. It's one of those things. Because none of us have it figured out. We're all doing our best to figure this life thing out. But one thing that I know is I am the message that I bring. I'm owning the inspiration. I'm owning the failures. I'm owning my belief. I'm owning the person that I look into the mirror. I'm owning the success. I'm owning who I am. I'm owning the journey. I am the message that I bring. It's either you believe or you don't. There's no in between. Life has taught me many things. But the number one thing it has taught me is to own your decisions. Right, wrong, or indifferent. Be who you are. And as you grow as a person, like the tree, you will adjust to the sun. Because who the sun sets free is free indeed. And I'm a free man. Not too many people are free. They can't speak their mind. They are filtered or censored. Certain things I don't say because that's called wisdom. It's not fear. It's a difference. So the question is, are you willing to pay the price? And those who ask, Ray, what is that price? Well, I just told you. It's going through the process, going through the grinder, going through the challenge. I consider every person that gives me a challenge as a gift, as an opportunity. It exposes the areas of improvement. And as I improve, they will criticize and use my weakness against me. So be it. Because the weakness is no longer a weakness, it's a strength. So for those who criticize you and poke at your weakness, look at that weakness as an opportunity to grow. That's too hard, Ray. Well, life is hard already. So it's either you're willing to do the hard work or not. And you will get what life gives you versus you get what you want, which is by paying the price. Your hand is going to be up and taking what's yours, or your hand is going to be down and you're going to be given what is given to you, the scraps. That goes for every kid in the hood, from every kid in the suburbs. You are going to get what you put in. You reap what you sow. Some people start a little further. But what I learned, when you come from the bottom, it's the best gift ever. Just like the tortoise in the hare. The tortoise thought he won the race because he was advancing so quickly. He took a break. He got comfortable. Comfort is a disease. Comfort is a disease. And our body naturally wants to seek comfort. Whatever's in motion will stay in motion. Whatever's inactive will stay inactive. So let's get active. I want the smoke. I want the heat. Because when there's smoke, there's fire. Give me the fire. The Motivational series by Rey Grandoit. Doing what I do best. I live this, man. This is not something you can buy in a grocery store. This is not something where you can get from your mama. This is not something you get from your daddy. This is not something you can get from your mama, grandmama, granddaddy. This is something that you gotta earn. So I hope everybody's having a great week. And I hope and pray that you're owning your inspiration.